Hi guys, I'm back with a monthly favourite video. I haven't done one since June, I think. And it's purely because there hasn't been any new products in that time that I'd say that I liked. They're not like my new favourites. They've been my favourites for months on end. I've just filmed an autumn look and I'm actually really loving a fair few of these. So I've decided to include some of these in the video. But I'm just going to go straight into it and try not make this too long-winded. One product in particular that I have spoken about on this channel before, but I've not actually, I don't think I've put it in my favourites, but I went back to it recently and I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's something about my skin at the moment that just needs a bit more of a velvety matte texture through the centre. I'm just feeling like I'm really honing in on my pores, so this foundation has been a really nice one for that as well. There are so many foundations that are on the top of my list at the moment, and this is where it becomes really difficult because I do rave about a lot of different products on here and I rave about foundations saying how much I love them, and that's genuinely because there's multiple foundations that I love at the moment. So the other foundations that I've mentioned over the last few months are still my top favourites. I've still been using the Swede Beauty foundation endlessly on clients and on myself, and I really love that. It's an underrated non-viral product that people don't know about and I love it so much. Whilst we're on skin, I am going to go straight into the skin products that I am loving, and the first one is going to be one that I've used in the past and just have to say that it's a really gorgeous foundation. So this is the Prada Beauty foundation. I can't remember the full name of it, but I use shade MW40. They are refillable and they aren't cheap. Obviously these are luxury brands, so it says a lot as to why I like the texture of the foundation, but I've said it before and it just gives a really nice soft matte but the perfect amount of glow texture. It's a very lightweight skincare texture and it just looks so beautiful on camera as well as in person. I wore it for a daytime, I think a couple of weeks ago, and usually when I'm running around and I don't set foundation it can end up looking really like porous and greasy, but this one actually set really nicely without any powder. The Easy Blur foundation by Huda Beauty is going to be added in here as something that has worked quite well for me in the times that I've tried it, and I think it will work quite well for a lot of people. It's nothing like her original foundations. I wore this for a full working day in London a couple of weeks ago and I got home and I looked at my face and I was like, do you know what? It does stay looking really filtered and flawless. So far, so good. When it was set, and it was, I think it was like 25 degrees the day I wore it, and it stayed really nicely and looked even better, I would say, as it wore in. So I decided to buy the Vieve concealer. I have bought a few bits from Vieve before and I haven't fallen in love with them. I think I ended up buying like 4 colours of the lipstick shades and they were all just really cool tone. Just not my shades. They looked too 90s on me. I like to have a bit of warmth in my lips, so yeah, they weren't for me. So I recently went to Space NK and decided to try again, and I decided to try the concealer. I actually also bought the cream bronzer and the setting spray. I cannot express, I'll get to this soon. Going back to this concealer, I have to say it's everything I've been looking for in a concealer at the moment. It is extremely lightweight feeling. It blends almost like a airy, lightweight, moussey texture. It's not full coverage, but it seems to be the perfect amount of coverage. It covers everything that I need. And most importantly, it has been so smoothing around the eye area. I've worn it all day long without powder, so without setting it, to see how it wears, and it's beautiful. It just looks so seamless. And then I've also worn it with powder. Today I've got it on with powder and just think it gives the most beautiful finish. I use shade medium 5. I literally just guessed this in the shop, but it's been the perfect shade for me. It's golden, neutral, it's not too yellow. It's literally the perfect shade. If you are someone that is in your mid-30s like me and I mean, I feel like everybody worries about the under eye area and how well it sits and how well it smooths out or how much it creases. And this has been I feel like I'm constantly buying concealers because I constantly want to find the perfect concealer for me. There are so many good concealers out there, but I've been looking for one that's not extremely heavy because I don't love wearing really heavy concealers, but gives me the coverage and still looks smooth. And this one is it. This is the Modern Radiance Concealer, by the way. I don't think I said the name of it. I also think it's great for anyone with mature skin that's also worried, wants the coverage but doesn't want it to look too much. It's just, yeah, it's the perfect texture. I feel like it sets in with like a really airbrushed finish. Don't know about everyone else if you feel this way. If anyone's tried it, please comment below because I want to know what other people think. But I'm sold on it and I'm really loving it. And I'm so glad because finally I feel like I found a product from Vieve that I'm loving and has topped my other concealers for now. Whilst we're on the topic of Vieve, I want to put this in my monthly favourites more so because of the scent. It's the Vieve setting spray and it smells so beautiful. Honestly, it's like, it's rose but with a sweetness I can't explain. It's so beautiful. So I was sold on this purely for the smell. The scent of it is insane. So anyone who loves rose and that kind of sweet rosy smell, this is beautiful. I've used it on clients. I can't say that I've noticed any major difference other than it just being your normal setting spray. The Charlotte Tilbury is obviously number one for me in my kit and I think for most people at the moment, but this is quite similar. I would say it maybe leaves a little bit more of a glow to your skin, but very minor, very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, and love the scent. I also decided to try out the Makeup by Mario new setting spray and powder. As we all know, the Prisma Libra powder by Givenchy got reformulated to a talc-free formulation, which is obviously great. Problem was when they reformulated it, they just put way too much shimmer in it. It had a very slight soft glow to it before that gave you a really silky finish. Now they've gone too far and it's just completely changed the product. So obviously I've already been on search for a new powder that basically gives the same kind of finish. First things first, Makeup by Mario soft blur setting powder. I'm wearing it now. I will say that this is stunning. It's a really, really beautiful, finely milled light powder, but it doesn't have as much colour coverage as Givenchy or Huda Beauty, for example. The Easy Bake powders are a lot more, they've got a lot more coverage and colour to them and they are stronger overall. This is great for the people that just want to set the makeup without it looking like powder. And it feels very, very silky smooth on the skin. I got the shade Fair because I wanted the closest, I've just dropped it everywhere, that's great. I wanted the closest colour to the shade number 3 in Givenchy powder. I've just dropped it everywhere, I'm so upset. Oh. And the colour is great for brightening around the eyes. I've used it on myself, so it's great for kind of medium dark skin tones to fair. Anyone that's deeper than me, it will probably go, well actually it's quite translucent, but it'll be a little bit more ashy on the skin, so it may not give you the brightness that you want. But overall, really liking the texture on myself and on my clients at the moment, and yeah, it's sitting very softly on the skin. And then topped with the new setting spray. So this is so fine. The mist is so fine, which I really love about it. It's got a kind of coconutty scent, which is really nice and really subtle. But again, because it's got such a nice fine mist, I feel like it's a great soft setting spray. It just doesn't leave too much residue on the skin and it's been feeling really nice. So 2 setting sprays in this week's favourites because why not? I think our skin needs to stay set and hydrated. Final products I'm going to show you are eye products, and they are the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes Longwear Liquid Eyeshadow. These are the 3 shades I got. So I got the shades Bronze Bijou, Luna Rose, and Smouldering Seduction. I'm wearing Smouldering Seduction today, and Luna Rose has been my absolute, as you can see, love for my kit at the moment. Bronze Bijou comes out more like a solid gold. I'm going to show you on my hand the 3 shades. There is a swatch of foundation on there as well, so let me just clean that off. Oh, that's solid. That's not moving. So we've got Bronze Bijou, very golden. Luna Rose is going to be next to it, which is more of literally a rose gold. I absolutely love that shade. And then we've got Smouldering Seduction. So it's a real deep red copper. A lot of you will know that I don't actually ever really use powder eyeshadows that have the metallic shimmer to them unless they're really buttery. So all of my shadows that I use on my clients, when they have any kind of metallic cream texture, is liquid shadows or cream shadows by Charlotte Tilbury. So these have been an amazing addition. Kind of need to work quickly to blend them out, and then look at that payoff. It's unreal. I literally love these so much. I'm obsessed with using cream products, liquid eyeshadows on the eyes. I don't recommend these enough to makeup artists, but also to just those of you out there that want to make an eye look amazing without having to do too much. You can literally just put these on the eye and blend out with your fingers if you wanted, just to get that real glam. They're perfect going into autumn winter for your sparkle season. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving the shade Smouldering Seduction on my eyes today. Finally, to add to those liquid shadows, I'm going to show you 2 liquid shadows that are matte and very easy to blend. This eye look was all done using the products that I've just shown you, so all of the liquid shadows. These are the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Silk Shadows. I fell in love with these shades because, again, for autumn, they are perfection. They also had a really nice, light, kind of very light nudie shade, but I just wanted to go with these autumn shades for now. You can even use these on your lips if you wanted to, but I mean, look at those. You've got your warmer shade, actually, sorry, the names. So the more warm tone is called Thalia, and this brownie kind of caramel chocolate tone is called Gaia. So I've used Gaia all over the lid, blended all the way up to the brow, and then I used Thalia through the outer corner and on the inner corner to get that warmth. Mcgrath Smouldering Seduction on the eyelid, just if you wanted that bit of a shimmer pop. You'll see in my autumn look how it looked with and without shimmer. But yeah, I think this is all of my favourites. The one thing I'm just gonna bring back up, this looks filthy, but it's my Tropic velvet cushion sponge. I raved about it before, I'm gonna rave about it again. There is nothing that I have felt like this. It honestly, there's something about it that just feels insane. I love using it under the eyes, everywhere. It just blends out so beautifully and seamlessly. So if you are a beauty blender lover, then that is going to be your new absolute best friend. And I know I raved about it a few months ago, but it's not changed. I hope you've enjoyed this quick favourites video. I'm sorry it's been a while, but that was just summed up as the last 3 months. Sorry it's taken so long to come to you with this. I hope you've all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. As always, please do share, support. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you next time with this beautiful autumn look.